As mayor, I'll call this meeting to order with the pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. That up, you would?
Murder, absent Riley.
Here.
Schneider.
Here.
Sofa, absent Stoops.
Here.
Wilson.
Here.
Lucas. Here.
Can I get a motion to excuse the absences?
I'll make a motion to excuse the action for support.
Riley.
Yes.
Schneider.
Yes.
Sofa, absent Stoops.
Yes.
Wilson.
Yes.
Lucas. Yes. Murder, absent.
Non-agenda items from the sidelines. I have nothing. City administration, Donna?
Taxes went out yesterday and water bills.
Happy New Year, right? Chief? Chief?
We're going to be discussing news. I just found out today with the school next week, going over the position, what it's going to be in that, meeting with the principal. And then the golf cart and ORV, I think, are going really well. I've been watching people, they've been very good, and people have stopped and asked questions. And it's great that it's online because we tell everybody to just go on. So we haven't had any issues, haven't had to write anybody tickets, haven't had any problems. So I think it's a very good thing that we did.
Excellent, thank you. Dave's not here, but just to let everybody know, there's no Talent by the River this week because 4th is Wednesday, but they will be back on next Wednesday. Amendments to the agenda. Larry?
Yes, we have one amendment. It'll be under new business number 7 and on the DPW invoice. No further changes. I'll make a motion to adopt the agenda as amended.
Support. Schneider.
Yes.
Sofa, absent Stoops. Wilson.
Yes.
Lucas. Yes. Murder, absent Riley.
Yes. Hopefully you've all had a chance to look over the meeting minutes from the 19th. Was there any questions or corrections?
Yes, there's 2 corrections. Under the motion that I made on reference to the handicapped people and the park and so on. Where was it here? Gotta find it. Oh yeah, we sent this was on the McGuire Street, and we sent that to the DPW committee, not the advisory committee.
Okay.
And the second was, over the next page, is the amount of that for the down at the lagoons. That amount was $72,652. I think there's just a transition of figures there. That's the 2 corrections.
Anybody else? Can I get a motion to approve as amended?
I'll make a motion to approve the scheduled meetings of June 19th as amended.
Support. Sofa, absent Stoops.
Yes.
Wilson.
Yes.
Lucas. Yes. Murder, absent Riley.
Yes.
Schneider.
Yes. Okay, presentation of June disbursement report of $146,993.26 and electronic wire transfers of $9,729.42. Can I get a motion to pay the bills?
I'll make that motion for the June disbursement report.
Support.
Stoops.
Yes.
Wilson.
Yes.
Lucas.
Yes.
Murder, absent Riley.
Yes.
Schneider.
Yes.
Sofa, absent.
Communications, none received. Unfinished business, adoption of ordinance number 203 regarding historical buildings. Larry?
Yes, that was all addressed at the last council meeting where we introduced it, so we just have to adopt it tonight. So if there's any questions, if not.
And it can always be amended by council in the future, right? It can always be amended by the council in the
It
future.
can be amended at this occasion. I'll make a motion, then we adopt the ordinance number 203 on historical non-residential building designation requirements. Support.
Wilson.
Yes.
Lucas.
Yes.
Murder, absent Riley.
Yes.
Schneider.
Yes.
Sofa, absent Stoops.
Yes.
Okay, Richmond Lennox EMS fiscal year 18-19 contract. pretty much the same thing as last year, right, Jeff?
Yeah, Mr. Mayor and Council, the contract is the same amount as last year. We use the same language. It avoids everybody cost savings in regards to any legal fees. The amount of the contract is for $1,800. Just for council's information and pleasure, we did 93 total calls in the community of Memphis last year with an average response time of about 5 minutes and 50 seconds. We respond to about these days about 25% of all calls, and that's included in that 5 minute and 50 second number, non-emergency. Really, more and more data showing that every time we turn on those emergency lights, we're actually causing more potential hazard than not. And so when a patient can be coded as a non-emergency, somebody falls and needs help up, somebody maybe has a hip injury or something of that nature, that really there's no medical benefit to rushing to the scene. You still want to get there promptly, and certainly I think within a 5 or 6 minute window is very prompt. But you don't need to be running cars off the road, if you will, to get to a situation like that. So more and more you see the ambulances without lights and siren in those situations. So with that, we just respectfully ask the council to adopt that contract for the new fiscal year, which actually started a couple of days ago, or almost. And then when you're done, Mr. Mayor, if I could, just I'd like to mention a couple minutes about SMART. We usually do that contract this time of year, and I'm going to give council an update on where that's at.
Absolutely.
So, that's okay.
Anybody have any questions about the contract? Making a motion?
Make a motion, we approve the contract with the EMS and approve the contract amount of $1,800.
Zupas?
Yes.
Smarter, absent. Riley?
Yes.
Schneider?
Yes.
Sofa, absent. Stoops?
Yes.
Wilson?
Yes.
So normally this evening, I'd actually bring you two contracts. One is for the emergency medical service operation. The other is for the operation of the small smart buses that you see up here operating in your community, mostly used by your residents. A lot of our seniors and disabled folks to get to various medical appointments. We have a number of people we take to work actually from the Memphis area. It's one of the areas that really does seem to use it a lot for that, for folks that might, for various reasons, not have driver's license, often medical reasons, people that are epileptic, blind, things of that nature, and still are employed and need ways to get to work. And we have a number of residents that we take in that regard from your community as well. This year, the reason the contract's not here is because this year the SMART renewal is on the August 7th ballot that is coming up. We are certainly hopeful that the taxpayers will see the way fit to renew the SMART millage. But if they don't, there will be no contract and there will be no SMART services. Just that simple. People either choose to pay for it or not. There's not another funding source for public transportation. And so in Memphis, just to give you some rough idea, we transported 364 people last year with the smart buses, and that doesn't account for those people that every morning and every night the bus starts here in Memphis, travels all the way down to 23 Mile Road in Gratiot, and then back. We do that 4 hours in the morning and 4 hours in the evening. And those folks, for the most part, are getting on the bus just like what SMART calls a line haul bus. We don't need a line haul bus, and we don't need a vehicle that big out here. But that bus basically takes people down to 23 Mile Road so they can connect with other SMART vehicles and get to various employment and other places they might want to go. So there's 364 basically home pickups that we do here a year, plus however many people are getting on that shuttle bus here where it starts in your community. So that's just, we're certainly hopeful. We'll be back in about September with a contract for the SMART buses.
So between then and now, we're just going to assume it's going to pass?
SMART has made us some assurance at this point in time that as people providing that service, that there will be dollars available to retroactively pay us whether it passed or not. But should the renewal fail, I would make some assumption that things would wind down pretty quickly.
Okay. I think Jeff knows, I'm a huge supporter of the program. I think it's fantastic for people. The idea that you can actually call and get a ride somewhere, and it's pretty reasonable.
Yeah, there's no cost, well, I don't ever say there's no cost to the public. The public pays the cost of that service through their taxes, so we do not charge for that service. When somebody calls, they ride for no cost. Some people like to donate a little bit, and we will accept those, but we don't even advocate for that. They just feel like they want to do something because they see the value of the service. So we will accept those, but we really don't advocate for them. The buses will be operating, by the way, as well the Saturday of Memphis Days. We always operate them that day, and we actually operate them during the day throughout the fireworks period. So if people, don't want to have to deal with parking or getting their car up to the youth center, they can use the buses that'll be operating. And then we actually operate them the last few years until 2 o'clock in the morning, and they'll be on the half hour. They'll either be here in town or they'll be out at Z's. So if folks decide that they want to go out and have an enjoyable evening, they don't have to worry about drinking and driving, and the bus will get them to and from their homes.
And what's the first pickup out here in the morning during the week for the bus line down to 23 miles at 7?
Just a
I
second.
know it's early.
I will look that up for you.
I know, actually, Jeff and I
Yeah,
just talked about
the first one starts at 7:25 in the morning.
So that'll get you to 23 in Gratiot
and
by
then
about
get you
8:15 or something?
Yeah, and so it just travels, like you say, down and makes stops in Richmond, New Haven, and a couple in Chesterfield, and then right down to 23 in Gratiot. Folks then transfer from our small bus onto the bigger buses, or I know we have some people that actually just take it from Memphis here in the morning down to like Kroger's where they work. So they can get on and off it just like any other bus wherever they're like.
Excuse me, Mr. Mayor? Where does the bus pick up in Memphis?
Right here.
So the daily pickup, if somebody needs a pickup at home, like because they have a dialysis appointment or something like that, they'll pick you up right at your residence, right at your front door, if you will. But if they are, if they're coming here just to ride what we call kind of a line haul bus, it picks up at M19 and Potter right here at the city of Memphis.
Thank you.
That's it? I think that's it. Like I say, no action at this time other than information for the board and for our community.
Thank you, sir. Okay, cell phone policy. I would actually ask council to table this at this time, and hopefully we'll bring it back next week. I think we just want to make a couple tweaks to it, if you guys don't mind.
I'll make a motion to table it to the next council meeting. Support.
Murder absent Riley,
Yes.
Schneider,
Yes.
Sofa absent Stoops,
Yes.
Wilson,
Yes.
Lucas.
Yes.
Just make one comment on this. Didn't he give us a,
He did.
didn't he follow it with this?
I'm not sure, but I would like to just take a second crack at it if you don't mind.
It's fine.
Okay, we got our ballot this year from our MML Workers' Compensation Fund, and there are 3 people who the committee has suggested that we vote for, and I think it'd be silly to think that we would want to do anything other than that. And anybody have any questions about this?
Oh, we do this every year.
Right, so I would say we make a motion to write in these 3 candidates that are on here, Burns, Campbell, and Kilborn, right?
Yeah.
Did I get a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the ballot on the names presented.
Support.
Riley,
Yes.
Schneider,
Yes.
Sofa absent Stoops,
Yes.
Wilson,
Yes.
Lucas,
Yes.
Murder absent.
Okay, fire department, used fire truck. Justin?
You guys were all at our meeting last Thursday. I think the only 2 that were not at the meeting are not here tonight. So I kind of played the case at that point. Just would like to purchase this vehicle to enhance our operations and provide a better service.
Robbie? Anything you want to add?
No, he had a lot of good, we all heard it, he had a lot of good statements on it.
I would like just to make a comment. I've discussed this with Justin already. And, long-term plan when we bought the other vehicle that's similar to this one was that we would, because it was already refurbished, and I know the regulations call or recommend when a number one vehicle is 20 years old, that is subject to replacement. That vehicle was refurbished, therefore, I think because of that, technically it could have lasted till, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's around 2027 or something like that. But, and so, and a new vehicle to replace that is approximately 450,000, possibly 500.
Rough number.
Especially in 2027.
At that time.
This one. So currently we have about 250,000 in our replacement fund right now. And there has been some maintenance on that vehicle, though I think most of it is resolved, the basic things resolved. And this vehicle we're thinking of buying is basically the same type of vehicle. So it's kind of, it could be used multi-purpose and so on.
Correct, a little bit larger water tank.
Yeah, but it has the plus side, it has a larger water tank. I guess what I'm going to say is I kind of would like to stay on that long-term plan that we did, but I have mixed emotions about this, and I may be totally wrong. It may be a good thing to purchase, but I feel that it's kind of a repetition or a redundancy, that because we'll have two vehicles that basically do the same thing. So that's my opinion, but it's up to council as a whole. And I did talk to Justin that I may not support this, but don't get mad at me. So anyway, that's my opinion, but I just wanted to express that. So.
Thank you. Anybody else want to talk about it?
My only statement would be is the fact that for the price that it is, even if we keep this truck for 2 years to 3 years, we are still going to get our price back out of this truck, if not more, at that point. So that I don't see it as a lose at all. I think it's going to be a win.
It does appear that way for sure. There's two things about this purchase that I am hesitant on. One is the fact that it's the first week of our fiscal year, and though we spent an awful lot of money last year out of our equipment replacement fund, but that's just the nature of the beast, and there's nothing we can do about that. The other thing that I'm worried about is the space in our fire hall for another vehicle, so I'm not sure how we're going to work around that. But I mean, it seems like a great deal. I mean, I looked at a couple different places, and it's about half the price for what this vehicle should be going for. So I'm assuming that we're getting a great deal on it. Hopefully it'll work out.
Where are you gonna put it, Jason?
Right here where the pickup currently parks. The only issue we're gonna have is we're gonna have to move the antique fire truck that we keep typically in store here. It may have to go out to maybe one of the firefighters' barn for the time. That would be our only issue, is that the old truck will no longer be in the station here. We'll have to either utilize the storage facility to the north here, if I can get them to help us out with some discounts. If not, there's a firefighter that is said that we can put it in their barn.
Anything else? Could somebody make a motion, please? We'll vote.
I'll make a motion that we allow the fire department to purchase this 1997 Pierce Quantum for $20,000.
Support.
Schneider.
Yes.
Sofa absent. Stoops.
Yes.
Wilson.
No.
Zukas.
Yes.
Murder absent. Riley.
Yes.
So yes, Schneider, Stoops, Zukas, Riley yes, Wilson no, so motion carried.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And next up is the drone.
Again, we discussed this last Thursday in the meeting. We'd like to utilize $1,000 from the Enbridge grant and $1,000 out of the equipment replacement fund to purchase this. I think it would be a great piece of equipment to have within the city. Not only the fire department, but the police department and the DPW will be able to utilize it as well. I kind of explained some of the reasons why.
Yep. The only negative I see is the fact that, like I said, it's the first year of the fiscal year and we're gonna spend $1,000. But I will say this, apparently you're getting a really good deal on this, right?
Yeah.
Because it's like a $4,000 or $5,000 object, right? 'Cause I know I looked at the places where we go and purchase cameras and stuff like that, and I could not even touch this price, so
Yeah.
it is a great deal for what you get. Anybody have any questions?
I think Port Huron, the police department just bought one.
Yeah, I printed off
Was
the
it just
copy
out
for
in
you
the
guys.
news?
The Times Herald just did an article that the police
Yeah.
department received one. Washington Fire Department, Washington Township, just to the west of us, has recently purchased one. I'm not sure. There's several throughout Michigan that have it. I can't think of any other ones. Local. Those didn't come off the top of my head.
And it definitely will have uses for other departments too, as far as the police and possibly DPW, I would imagine, right?
Absolutely.
Any other questions? Can we get a motion?
Well, I'd like to make the motion to allow the fire department to purchase this drone with $1,000 from Enbridge and $1,000 of their own out of the emergency replacement fund.
Support.
Sofa absent, Stoops,
Yes.
Wilson, Zupas,
Yes.
Murder absent, Riley,
Yes.
Schneider.
Yes.
Okay, I got Stoops, Zupas, Riley, Schneider, yes, and Wilson, no, so motion carried.
Thank you.
Okay. Fire department commercial fee schedule, I would actually ask council to table this for right now too, because I would like to kind of go over this a little bit and possibly look at some other things before we start getting into it. It's quite an extensive list, so if you don't mind, I would appreciate if somebody would make a motion to table it.
I'll make a motion to table the commercial fee schedule for the fire department.
Support.
Stoops,
Yes.
Wilson,
Yes.
Zupas,
Yes.
Murder absent, Riley,
Yes.
Schneider,
Yes.
Sofa absent.
Is this being sent to a certain committee or?
Well, actually, I was thinking that I would kind of go over with Larry and Justin, and then I'll make sure you guys all get a copy of it. I mean, it's going to be very similar. I would just I'm thinking maybe we might want to make two separate lists, one for commercial new businesses and one for existing. I just think that we can simplify it a little bit,
Okay.
if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Leave it
All right.
Just no rush. Nothing.
No, we'll have it for next meeting. I'll get cracking on it. Okay, DPW invoice for $3,212.05. Go ahead, Larry.
Yeah, but this was a truck and needed some repairs. It was actually in our budget to do it. And so we put it on service there for a few days to get this done. So it is a budget item, so,
This is last year's budget.
yeah.
Yeah, okay,
Last year's budget.
I like that. Any questions, anybody? Can we get a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the invoice from DDI on the amount of $3,212.05.
Support.
Wilson,
Yes.
Zupas,
Yes.
Murder absent, Riley,
Yes.
Schneider,
Yes.
Sofa absent, Stoops.
Yes.
Okay, from the mayor, I just want to remind everybody that this is our first week of changing our trash pickup day from Thursday to Friday. And because it's the 4th of July week, our trash will be picked up on Saturday this week. I know it's going to be weird. I guess the good thing is we didn't move forward a day where you actually miss it. You put it out there too early, it's just going to be sitting at your curb for an extra day. So this is the week. Trash pickup will be on Saturday, and then from this point forward, it'll be on Fridays. And if for some reason you feel like your trash didn't get picked up, call the city office and let us know, and we'll try to figure out what's going on as quickly as possible anyways. Anything else about that, Donna? That's all I have. Larry?
Yeah, just one thing here, it's on the Wire Road that we'll do in your last council meeting. And when I started getting involved in this, and I wrote an amendment to all the council members, so it's a little bit much more involved than I originally thought it would be to solve this problem. And of course, I understand the ball games are over now for the season, and that's good. So So I want to set up a meeting with our assessor and the mayor, because there's a few things we got to review of how we're going to handle it. And of course, the options are that we just post no parking on that road period. The other option is we actually open it up and create a handicap parking back closer to the, for about 2 or 3 cars or something. And the other option would be that we abandon it entirely. And of course, that's something that we'd have to talk to our assessor on, and maybe we get a legal opinion to what's involved in doing that, since that's a platted land back there, was platted years ago. So anyway, this can't be handled overnight. The other thing is, I did check on the handicap, and we created a handicap parking back there, or if we went to the west side of the youth center and blacktopped it back, and then made 3 or 4 handicap parking spots there, and then a pad, or I mean a path going back that was blacktop to the ball diamond. So, and I talked to Michael at CBG at Montgomery County, and this would be eligible for CBG funding. So it's much more complicated, so it's going to take a little time before we find a solution to it. So I just wanted to express that.
I do have a question about that. So if we were to make a parking lot, a small parking lot, like you're saying, with a pad, does that mean we would stop allowing parking on the street in question? There'd be no more parking there then, right?
Well, it's too close. It's too soon to decide what we're going to do.
Oh, okay.
We could do that, yeah. But of course, the handicap, if we could get enough parking back there for a few more cars, we could. But we'd probably have to have 2 or 3. I don't know how many people use it for handicap.
Yeah, there's a few.
About 3 maybe?
There's always somebody there.
Yeah, okay. So then we'd have to see how we want to work that. But right now, I suppose they park on the side of the street and walk back through there. So they do. I don't know. So.
Well, I know a lot of people park kind of by where the porta johns are, and then, I mean, that's like the closest parking you can get to the backfield, right?
Yeah.
When
Well,
you say
anyway,
road.
it's just not a simple thing to resolve.
It's not.
It's going to take some time. I spent quite a bit of time, telephone calls, different things on this, and I just, when I got into it, I said, no, this can't be handled. This is going to take some time, and we want us to do what's best for the city as well as the residents. So, and cost is always a factor. If we start blacktopping, that can be very, very expensive. So we have to try to do it under a grant, and that's a little more involved as well. But, so anyway, let's see where it goes. And so we'll try to keep on top of it, but try to get it resolved. But I don't know how soon. Okay. And that's all I have.
All right, thanks. Ken?
No, nothing.
Robbie?
All good, thanks.
Scott? Did I get a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Thank you.